back to our second Dog Wash webinar. We've got a brand new panel of expert franchisors here to talk to you about questions tonight. Now, we've got a few prizes this week. So we're going to be doing the standard Ask Jim, give away some books, right, signed by Jim at the end of the night. So put your questions in now. All right, leave the best question. Best question for the night, though, however, will win a dog grooming hamper worth $49. All right, so best question is going to get that sent out to them. All right, so get thinking of those good questions. I'll introduce our panel tonight. So we have first Rachel, expert franchisor from Coffs Harbour. So do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, okay. I've been with Jim's for 13 years.
Yep.
And I will be with Jim's, I think, forever.
Right.
Just like Jim.
Yep. Yeah. Jim's never leaving.
And I've been a franchisee and now a franchisor, and I love it. I love the people. I love what Jim stands for, and I love it so I can make people successful.
Excellent. And Robin from Tasmania.
Yeah, I'm from Tassie. I've been with Jim's for, I think, 3.5 years now. I was a franchisee, and now I'm a franchisor. I've been a franchisor for, I think, a bit over a year, and I love it.
That's excellent.
It's good.
And Teresa, who today, 3 years ago, you just did your generic training.
Yep.
So 3 years ago today, do you want to tell us a bit about your journey?
Yes, so 3 years ago I was up in the main auditorium becoming a franchisee. 3 years later, I'm franchisor for Northern Sydney.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
All right,
love every minute of it.
We've got one more guest tonight. We cannot do Jim's Dog Wash live stream without Jim's dog. So we've got a camera on him. He's in the room next to us. So you'll see him come up. He's having a nap at the moment. He's a little bit tired. So he's up in the corner. So if he does anything interesting, right, put it in the comments and we'll be sure to highlight anything.
At least he's relaxed.
Yeah, exactly. He's nice and chill. He's got some food down there.
Sleeping.
All right, so let's get some questions going. All right. So first question, can this be a second business with employees? Right? Is it something that you can do as sort of just a second thing on the side, or?
I guess it can be. We probably don't recommend it though, because for a few reasons. It is an investment into your business, so you really want to give it your all. And we, in the Jim's group, we have a thing called splits.
Yep.
So where we build up a clientele, say for example, $2,000 a week, and then we actually sell half of that, and that's where we can make some extra money. So we do recommend that our franchisees do that rather than having a part-time and having employees part-time, because it's just, it's a lot of work in that.
Yeah.
Like any brand new business, you need to put your all into it.
Yeah, exactly. And so everyone's still working as a franchisee? No, everyone's franchisor. All right, made a mistake. So franchisor, anyone that's thinking about becoming a franchisee, right, pop your questions down, 131546. So next question, right, what sort of skills, what sort of personality traits do you need to be that franchisee? Right, who's going to make it as a Jim's Dog Wash and who's not?
As a franchisee?
As a franchisee.
First thing, love dogs.
Yep.
Anything above that, that's the main thing, basically.
Just a nice personality.
Yeah.
Just a nice, caring personality.
Yeah.
You care for the dogs, you care for the owners of the dogs, and and not being afraid to get your hands dirty and do a little bit of hard work, and it'll just sort of take care of itself from there. And the right attitude.
Yeah. So when you each sort of started in business, right, were there any sort of major concerns you had, or so was it going to be like a cash flow worry, or was there one thing that you were sort of really worried about?
Oh, for me, no, I don't think so.
No, you were ready to go for it.
Yeah, I actually really focused on the positives, and that was I'm going to work for myself.
Yeah.
And you're in charge of your own destiny. The more you put in, the more you get out. And I was excited by that. And it was just a fantastic journey. How about you, Robin?
I think our concern was money.
Yeah.
Where we were going to make enough money.
Yeah.
But yeah, we smashed it.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't make enough money, right, when you first start, do you want to talk about, so at Jim's we have the paperwork guarantee.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk a bit sort of about how that works and that sort of system?
Yeah, you can.
So, the paperwork system within Jim's it's unique. There's no other franchising system out there, I think, that cares for their franchisees as much as Jim's. And that's probably why I'm still here after 13 years, because the system works and we care. So basically it is our franchisees can go out and do free promotional work.
Yep.
And just to help build their business, get them used to talking to customers, get them used to actually doing the work. And by doing that, as part of the franchise agreement, I suppose, they get paid per wash from their franchisor to actually go and do that service for free. And that's up to the value of sometimes $1,000, sometimes $1,500 per week. But you don't get it by sitting on the couch. You've actually got to get out there and self-promote yourself, and then we reward you for it. So it's a really good system.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
No, you're right. Yeah.
And we find that the franchisees that actually go out and do this self-promotion work, they're more successful.
Yeah, and Teresa, when you were first 3 years ago today, right, you were sitting up in that auditorium. What was on your mind? What was your worries?
So I was probably a little bit rare in that I dove in head first.
Yep.
I decided I was going to do dog wash.
Yep.
I'd never actually heard of Jim's Dog Wash 3 years
Right.
ago.
Yep.
Looked it up, and it was the first thing that came up. And as I said, dove in head first. I came to training. I had family and friends saying, "It's too good to be true.
Yeah.
You know, you're making a mistake." And 3 years later, here I am.
Yeah.
It's funny though, it's a very common comment for new franchisees that come to new franchisee training is that I regret I did do this 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So just take the leap.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So Graham Moore has said hi, Sharon. So Sharon's not even here, but she's right at the back there. So hi, Graham. And we've got a question here from Nigel. So if you do have a question for any of our expert guests, right, whack it in the comments. Right, we'll see it and we'll ask them. So Nigel has gone. For something that can be so successful, does gyms have any vendor finance options for people that happen to be in the position that can't get finance?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, they do.
Yep. Do you want to talk a bit more? Is it sort of something that's readily available if you don't have that sort of finance behind
it's a case-by-case basis, really.
Yeah.
And it's up to the franchisor if they're confident in investing into a new franchisee. It's definitely available, but it is definitely case-by-case basis because each franchisor looks after a different region. So there's
I've offered most of my franchisees vendor finance, but there has to be a deposit of some sort, and obviously the trailer's separate. So
there's a few rules.
There's different avenues that we can explore.
I've actually
with
done
everyone.
it a couple of times.
Yep.
And I honestly, I won't do it for anyone. They have to be a special sort of person that I will invest in them. And I guess I could see the value and in my franchisees, the few that I did vendor finance for. And you know what? They're forever grateful. And because literally we've been able to change their lives. Yeah. And they're that appreciative. And it's a really nice thing to do if it all works out.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So Nigel, I would recommend 131546. Get in touch with your local franchisor. That might be a conversation that you need to have with them. Not necessarily something that we can tell you on a live show, unfortunately. So Alison Toll has said hi, Sharon Connell. So get another shout out. You might as well come on this
Don't
show.
say hi to us.
I know.
Hi, Alison.
David Small has gone. Yep. Not sure what he was talking about.
All of the above.
But yep. That's all right. And Josh Parola has gone, hi, Robin, from Taz. So got a shout out.
Fellow Tassie.
Yeah.
Tassie. Yeah, they stick together. Alrighty. So now we'll talk about a bit more about being franchisors, right, which you all are. And it's something that gets said every time you do an interview with someone, a franchisor, is the word support. Right. Now, Robin, you were actually the top rated franchisor.
Franchisor of the year.
Franchisor of the year, I think was the exact term. So tell us a bit about what support means to you.
I'm there every day. I talk to my franchisees every day. Sometimes I talk to them 2-3 times a day. So I'm always there when they need me. It doesn't matter what it is, personal, business, everything.
Yeah.
Robin's the most caring person going around.
I love them. I love my franchisees.
Yeah. It's one thing that gets said a lot. It's you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself.
Yeah.
It's that huge support network. Teresa, sort of obviously not franchisor of the year, but very close from what I heard.
Very close.
Very close. Brutally close.
Diamond Award.
Next year. So support, what's that sort of mean to you? What sort of support do you provide your franchisees?
So with my new ones particularly, from day one, I have that meeting with them when they first call up 131546. I have that meeting with them. I am literally there with them every single step of the way, up until they need me.
Yeah.
So I'm here with them at training. I talk them through everything they need to get going and everything. Just constant, ongoing training support at the end of the phone.
Yeah, always there.
Always there.
Always there. Rachel?
Always been available, I think, and just being genuine and open and honest and caring. Because, sometimes you have to have a tough conversation, and to be, I guess, you need to be approachable and caring and just be available. It's I don't know, it's something that comes quite naturally if you're the right person. Yeah. It's a tough one to explain sometimes, but it's just it's almost like being their friend, but also it's been a business mentor
bit of a push,
as well. Yeah.
Sort of a little bit of someone to
bad
shove
guy
them.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta play good cop, bad cop, but generally it's and if you build a relationship, everything is easy.
So Nigel has gone, thanks, I might have to have another chat with her. Thanks, Guy. Definitely do it, Nigel. 131546. Your franchisor, as we just said, is there to support you.
Yeah, nothing to lose by having a chat.
Yeah, exactly. They've got your best interest at heart. Alison Toller said, hi, guys. And Haley Mark has gone, hi, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure you leave a question.
Hi.
Jesse Nadu has gone, hey Robin, best franchisor ever. So you've got a few people backing up that front board. And you here has gone, if you groom cats, do you have the facility to give it some relaxed gas to settle it down so you can groom it? How do you groom a cat? No?
We can groom them, but we aren't authorised to
Gas them up?
No, absolutely not.
No. But is there a strategy to grooming a cat?
Yes. Wear gloves.
Wear gloves,
Protective gear.
Full bodysuit.
Yeah.
No, most of the cats,
Again,
they're probably,
case by case.
Yeah, it's all case by case, and I think most of if people are asking us to do cats, they've probably had their cats groomed in the past, so sometimes they're used to it. But our franchisees have to do the training to be able to do cats. So.
Yeah, of course. All right. So David Rumpf has gone, where are the blokes? Is there many men involved in Jim's dog wash, or is it mainly women? So interesting question.
Equal.
It's everyone.
Yeah. You see a lot coming
if
through.
If you love a dog, you can be part of Jim's dog wash.
Yeah.
There's a lot of husband and wife teams and partners and
Yeah, mother and son teams. There's just
Yeah. All right.
There's no rules.
No, exactly. 131546. Always call up. All right. So Kim Korvac has gone, hi peeps. So hello, Kim. Haley Mack has come back and said, been a huge pleasure being one of your franchisees, Rach.
Yes. Harley was he was probably my first vendor finance franchisee.
Really? Right.
Yeah. And I will do it again any second of the day with Harley. It was funny though, we were at new franchisee training, and his very last vendor finance instalment that he made, he actually drove all the way out here, gave me a nice bottle of wine, which was lovely. And I do cry. It's emotional because
it is.
If I didn't help Harley, he wouldn't have been able to do Jim's dog wash. So, I'm very proud of him. He's done really well.
Do you have a sort of one of those stories where you've had that franchisee that you've been able to help? Anyone? That sort of that franchisee that sort of sticks out in your mind.
James, okay. So James was a employee of a Jim's Mowing, and he came on board, and he's only been with us not even a year, and he sold his first split.
Oh, awesome!
Which was a record.
Well done, James.
And not even a couple of weeks later, sold his second split.
Oh wow!
So that's a record within dog wash. So he came on board and just killed it. I went down and trained him and did the support and everything, and he took everything on board that he was told at training here.
Yep.
Literally followed it to the letter, and
funny thing about that
shows what you can do.
Yeah. Well, and really up until a couple of years ago, Jim's dog wash has never done a split.
Right, really?
So it's only since Sharon's come on board as a divisional that we've really sort of pushed the idea of, yes, you can do a split.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show it can be done. We've done four now, 4 in 2 years.
Right.
Wow.
And Jim's Dog Wash has been going for like 20 something years. So yeah, it's amazing.
Alrighty. So Dave Rumpf has gone hi from Dave and Janelle. So hello, Dave.
Hi, Dave and Janelle.
Hi, Dave and Janelle.
And then we also had Gina has said that Apollo was awake and moving. Hello, Robin. So he was. I did catch a quick glimpse.
that's
He was
Gina.
having a walk around. He seems to be a little bit interested.
Go Apollo.
He's very chill. We were worried that he was going to be.
We were worried. We
off
had
his head.
a little bit of negative feedback about poor old Apollo.
Oh,
But
yeah,
he was a little
a
bit.
menace.
He was a little bit timid and
Yeah.
feisty, but yeah, we went over and we gave him some love. And look, he's just chill. You might want to move in.
Yeah, he's very relaxed. He's
He's happy. He'll be asleep soon.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So remember, guys, we've got books to give away. All right, we've got a big hamper to give away. All right, need to put your questions in. Right, you've got some of the best franchisors in gyms ready to answer your question for the next hour. All right, so make sure to pop them in. We've got Jared Higgins has gone, hey guys, love your work. Fellow gyms franchisee in the antennas division, so thanks
cool.
for tuning in.
That's
If
awesome.
you've got any questions for Dog Wash, leave them in. Liz Tent Hooplin has gone,
Hoopin.
there we go. I'm terrible at names, I shouldn't be doing this.
Hi, Liz.
Has said, we don't need to give cats gas, we need to groom cats quickly, which is probably good advice.
So they don't scratch us.
Yeah, in and out before they can do any damage. And then she has also said that hi from Jim's Dog Wash, South Australia, looking great. So thanks for tuning in, Liz. So next question that we will go through. So again, on that sort of support topic, right, that we were talking about a bit before, is there any time that you sort of haven't been able to give that support, or is there, a really difficult case that you've sort of struggled to sort of be able to help someone, or is it a problem-solving job?
I think the part of being gyms is our network, and
If we don't have the
if we
answer,
don't have the
we go to
answer,
we
Sharon.
have many
Yeah.
people that we can
Yeah.
go down the line.
yeah, if
Yeah.
we don't know the answer, well, we ask.
Yeah.
Just like our franchisees, if they don't know an answer, they ask.
Yeah.
And same thing, we've got an overwhelming knowledge base within gyms, and we just need to ask someone. And if they don't know, well, they'll pass us on to someone else, and then eventually you just troubleshoot through all the problems and you get a result.
Yeah. So it's again that sort of big support network that you can rely on, sort of multiple people. It's the Gyms Group's been going.
Absolutely,
For a
and
fairly long
that's
time.
why people buy a franchise and they get into gyms, is because systems and support.
Absolutely.
Mm.
I mean, I've had minor issues where new franchisees have had a car accident,
Yep.
and I've literally jumped in the car, driven 2 hours to sort them out,
Mm.
get the trailer off, and work things out. Grooming issues, if
Yeah.
they're local, I jump in the car, I'm there.
Yeah.
So on that minor support level, we're there, but anything on a bigger scale, if I can't answer the question straight away,
Yep.
I've got people down the line that I can
Yep.
basically sort that
Find
problem
someone.
out.
Yeah.
And we get a result at the end.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. So talking about sort of training, which is just finished, the generic training, is there anything, is there any skills that someone requires, or is there any prior ability that someone needs to be a Jim's Dog Wash franchisee?
No.
No?
Not
You
really.
just have to love dogs.
Just love
Yeah,
dogs.
love
and,
dogs.
And be prepared to work hard.
And be coachable.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just be willing to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everything, it's all a learned skill.
Mm.
So yeah, we teach.
We provide
everything.
all the training.
Yeah.
So you just have to want to do it.
Yeah, and that's business training as well as grooming training.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So.
very broad range. So even if you haven't had any business experience, like we've got people that have been in the business for a lot of years and achieved amazing things. So we're all here to help. And grooming, we've got trainers in place.
Yep.
Our franchisors, like Teresa, she's worked the tools as a franchisee.
Mhm.
So there's so much experience.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And how long? So how long does it sort of take to train someone up from in Jim's Dog Wash? So how long is that sort of training period?
So your generic business training,
Yep.
4 days.
Yep.
Our groomer training is 2 weeks on the tools in your own trailer.
Yep.
But then obviously your franchisor ongoing support and training.
Yeah,
But
so we,
yeah,
yeah,
2
and
weeks.
as
2
a
weeks.
franchisor, we have regular meetings.
Mm.
We hold yearly conferences where we get master groomers, and
Yep.
so there's always ongoing training.
Yep.
And we actually recently had one of our franchisees from New Zealand compete
All right.
in a grooming competition, and
Yeah.
she got
She
second.
got
I think.
second.
Yeah,
That's
which is-
great. Yeah, that's
which is
fantastic.
awesome. So
Anna?
yeah,
Yeah.
Shout out,
That's
Anna.
Well done, Anna. Now, next thing I was going to mention is the Jim's Pet Shop that's recently started up. Rachel, did you want to talk a bit about that?
Jim's Pet Store.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. So we've recently just launched
Mm.
jimspetstore.com.au.
Yes.
Get on it. Plenty of Christmas specials, and it's also a tool for our franchisees to, I guess, offer a service to their customers as well. So, yeah, it's going to be brilliant. So it's basically you log on, you buy the product, and it gets shipped straight away, and it's at your door. So we like to make things easy for our customers, and it's really good.
Yeah, so that's for the customers that the franchisee sells. So that's another line of revenue that a franchisee will have.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It will be eventually. Like
Yeah.
we've only just launched, so we're in the process of just sort of building it, creating awareness. But we can see that it's going to be very popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are time poor these days. They haven't got time to go to shops.
Yeah, so
They
you
can
can get delivered
It's
straight
also
to
a
you.
public store, so anyone can access it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mobile friendly.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah. And do you want to talk about that the national conference you were mentioning before? So again, that's a sort of another line of support that you have. That's sort of a Jim's national conference. You have master groomers. So do you want to talk about that? Maybe last year's one or?
Last year, yeah. So last year we had our conference in Sydney, and I think we had about 80 odd franchisees attend, which is the biggest conference so far. Next year's conference we're holding at the Gold Coast.
Yep.
And we're hoping to get like 120 franchisees
Yeah,
to
that'd
the
be
conference. And yeah, it's just, we have a bit of fun, and we network. Yeah. And and then we learn things along the way as well. So.
And so that's obviously something that you couldn't get as an independent. You wouldn't be able to go to a sort of a tailor-made conference. You wouldn't, have everything there that the franchisees want. Because obviously you take advice, and if something people don't like one thing one year, you can not have it the next. So it's all tailor-made. So
it is, and it's tailor-made. Like you can go to grooming events and stuff, but it'll cost you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Within the Jim's Dog Wash group, we actually try and subsidise our franchisees so they can actually attend, a really, I won't say cheap, because it's really great value for money, and they actually get a lot out of it. So they're awesome.
Yeah, excellent. And so you has gone in here with another question. Have you ever had a dog so big you couldn't groom it in the trailer? If so, what was the type? What type was it? And how'd you groom it? So
This might be for Teresa.
Never had. My dog was an 80-kilo Great Dane.
Right.
She stood this high above the trailer.
Yep.
Oh, the bath, sorry. Never had a problem.
Never had a problem?
Nope.
No. Nice timid dog.
We can fit every dog.
Yeah, every dog, no problem at all.
We'll squeeze
Saint
them in if we have to.
Saint Bernards and all sorts of...
Absolutely.
Sometimes the bigger dogs are better. They just walk straight into the trailer.
They know what to do.
Straight into the bath. They know the drill.
We work around it. They might not fit on the table, but I sit on the floor. I've sat in the bath with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We work around them.
All right. Excellent. So Jared Higgins has said, Rachel, you and Sharon were actually at training just over 12 months ago. I was like a sponge listening to you both with implementing those measures with my own franchise. So that's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a wealth of
good to hear.
knowledge. Yeah. Ask your questions, guys. Anything you've got, we'll put it to them. And Jared then follows up and says it really does work. So that's fantastic,
It's
Jared.
amazing what happens when you follow the system.
That's it.
And so Kim has also said here that we need more over here in New Zealand. So obviously there is Jim's Dog Wash in New Zealand.
There is?
How many franchisees do we know? How many are over there? 15 franchisees.
15 franchisees in New Zealand.
Yep. Yeah, so...
And growing.
Oh, and growing.
And
Yeah,
growing.
so...
Yep.
Anyone watching from New Zealand, obviously... I can't actually remember the number. We'll get the number up.
1300.
That one. 0800, yeah.
We'll put it in the comments.
544 654. Yeah. All right. Excellent. Yeah. New Zealand or jimsdogwash.co.nz. Alison has said here, I love that I can call or message anyone around the country and New Zealand if I need help. Yeah. So again, it's that support network we
It is, yeah.
sort of talked about a lot.
Yeah.
It's
We actually offer we run a franchisee forum, like a closed Facebook group just for our franchisees,
Yep.
and it's a really good way of our franchisees to stay connected, because we find our franchisees will come to generic training and they'll mingle and they'll network and they'll get to know people, but then we sort of go home and then we may not have as much connection with fellow franchisees. So the Facebook forum and our conferences and stuff, they're really good tools to sort of bring everyone together.
Yeah.
And we're literally a click away and you'll have 120 people jump on to offer support. So it's awesome.
All right. That's excellent. So Luke has gone in the comments here as how much is a franchise? So tough question. Do you want to, how much is a franchise?
Depends on your area.
Yeah. How long is a piece of
options,
string?
Yeah, everything's
Yeah.
case by case.
Yeah,
Call
obviously you need the trailer.
131546.
Yeah. We'll talk about a bit about the trailer. Jim's Dog Wash trailer, obviously very different to every trailer in the Jim's group.
Best on the road.
Best on the road,
Yep.
apparently. That's what I've heard. Do you want to talk about that a bit more? Sort of how the trailer works or sort of what you can do with it?
So it's a fully heated, gas heated hydro bath. We've now got a ramp that comes out the back so that larger dogs can walk up.
Yep.
A hydraulic table, air conditioning.
It's a salon on wheels.
It's a salon on wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had mine set up as a full-on salon. I used to own a beauty salon before I did this.
Right.
And yeah, I basically set it up with little towels hanging up over my towel rails and
Yeah.
bath mats and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, look, I've seen a lot of different trailers and ours is by far the best.
And it's gone through a lot of changes as well over
Yeah.
the years, so it hasn't stayed the same. It's
Yeah.
sort of been constantly changing as sort of
And being modified.
Franchises
compared,
need,
you know,
yeah.
things
Yeah,
go,
which is really
don't
good.
quite work,
Yeah.
and you know we
Yeah.
fix them.
So that
Yeah.
the trailer
Yeah.
factory is open to feedback.
Yeah.
To make our franchisees' life easier, and it's good.
Yeah, which once again, it's not something you'd have if you were independent. You
No.
wouldn't be able to
No.
come back to the factory and say, no, I need air conditioning in my trailer. You know, it's sort of one of those things that you can really only sort of available when you in that sort of bigger group.
Yep.
And so, Lucas gone, Wollongong is his area for
Wollongong.
franchise.
Wollongong.
Wollongong.
Woolen dog. Did we rename it Woolen dog?
Sharon Connell will be in touch with you, Luke. We'll make sure to get through. Tanya has said, hey there. So guys, we got about 15 minutes left. All right, be sure to get your questions, comments in. If you've ever thought about being on the edge of buying a franchise in Jim's Dog Wash, right, pop your questions in now because they're definitely available to be answered. So pop them in. How's Apollo doing? Still having a nap?
Oh, he's
Still,
snoozing.
he's snoozed out.
Oh,
He's out.
Yeah, we'll,
It's like,
Oh, there he is.
have we mentioned that Apollo is actually Jim's dog?
we did at the start. Yeah. So obviously you can't have Jim's Dog Wash live stream without Jim's dog.
Hashtag Jim's dog.
Hashtag Jim's dog.
Hashtag Apollo.
All right. And has Apollo actually had? Does anyone know if Apollo has had a Jim's Dog Wash? Has he been treated to that luxury?
Yep. So Apollo is Kate from Jim's Dog Wash.
Yes.
Actually looks after Apollo on a regular basis.
Yep.
So absolutely serviced by Jim's.
Yeah. So I think we're actually going to go out with Kate on the road.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're looking at the end of the month. We're going to film a day on the road with Kate. So any of you guys that are out there thinking about joining, keep an eye out for that because you can actually.
That's going to be excellent content. Me and
Yeah,
Ben
it's
and
gonna
Joel
be cool.
will go out and we'll film with Kate, go through all the steps. Because how many jobs would you sort of do in a day, roughly? Sort of how many can a franchisee really get through?
It depends on obviously how hard you want to work.
Yep.
Depending on whether they're washers, grooms. When I started, I did 6 days a week, and I would do up to 8 dogs a day.
Right.
And I earned between $2,500–3,000 a week. So the more you do, the more you work.
Yep.
I earn,
Money.
but you know.
And were they sort of all in one area? Were they condensed jobs, or were you
No,
travelling
initially
far?
I did start
Yep.
out in a broader area,
Yep.
but that's where we talk about splits, selling off a outer area,
Yep.
and I ended up just doing a very local area.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing maybe 6 dogs a day.
Yep.
Started at 9, was home by 4.
Right.
Still at the same
Yeah,
money.
you really can
so,
choose your own hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got franchisees that some of them work at 7 o'clock in the morning till 1 p.m. Some will do sort of 8 to 4. I've got franchisee as well, Angela, who was on here before. She works 4.5 days a week. We've got Harley. He normally works sort of 10 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night because he doesn't like getting up early.
Yep.
So you can really fit it into your own
you
sort of
choose your
preferred
own.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
And I had kids, so if I had something on at school, I just block out that day.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What sort of
Or
hours
that
do you work,
afternoon.
Robin?
Me.
Yeah, what's your...
Oh,
you
the
outsource?
franchisees. Yeah. I think, well, Bo, he's been starting pretty early lately and he's working late.
Yeah.
Catherine, she's got children, so she drops her kids off at school and then she starts and then she finishes around 4:35.
That's
Depending. Yeah. She don't work a lot of weekends either.
Now, one question that we see come through the socials all the time is sort of how the lead structure works. So how do you get, obviously people call 131546, lead goes to the call centre. How do they then get that?
Do you want to answer it, Robin?
No, I'll leave you.
All right, so I'll answer it. Go on.
Yeah.
So basically what happens, our customer calls our call centre or they go
Yep.
online and book a job. That lead then gets allocated to the franchisee who's next in line. So it's a very intern basis. So, and it's all computer, the system basically works it out.
Yeah.
So the franchisee gets the lead, gets sent via text message and also an email, and franchisee just calls a client, books in to do a quote or books in a job, they go and do the job.
Yeah.
Happy day, easy.
Yeah, convert them to a regular client and
Yep.
just because that's the other thing with Jim's Dog Wash. It's that really highly regular job. Sort of things
is,
like cleaning.
yeah.
It can sort of be a once-off, or mowing can sometimes be a once-off job. But dog wash tends to have a lot of repeat business. People
does.
really care about their dogs.
Yep.
So yeah, is that sort of another reason people sort of really is there sort of clients that sort of you find stick around with Jim's Dog Wash because of that brand? Is that why you think sort of people use Jim's Dog Wash?
I think initially a lot of people call because they know the brand.
Yeah.
But then it's us. That's why they stick
And then
around.
they fall in love with
Yeah.
the franchisee and
Yeah, they become part of the family almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a certain security for our customers to call gyms.
Yep.
And then after that, it's up to the franchisee, and they build a relationship with them. And
Yeah. All right. So Gina on the live feed here has said, how many baths can you do with the water that can be held in the trailer? Does the tank have to be refilled during the day while you're on the road?
Yeah, it does. Depends on the dogs you're doing. Small dogs, you could probably do 4 or 5 washes because you just do the fresh wash. Larger dogs, when you hydrobath, which means you recirculate the water, 1, maybe 2 at the most. So yeah, you do need to fill up at houses, but most people are okay with that. With the water restrictions, we get from the water board, we get exemption.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So
excellent.
we get a
Yeah,
sticker on the trailer.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
that's no issue. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, excellent. So thanks for that one, Gina. Be sure we got about 12 minutes left, right? So if you have a burning question that you need to ask, there is a hamper available, and there's of course books on the line. So be sure to get in. We had from Tanya here, buying Jim's Dog Wash Glosdia
Glosadia! Hi, Tanya!
was the best thing I ever did, and Teresa is the best franchisor ever. I'm
Thank you,
very
baby.
lucky to have her, so that's fantastic that you sort of
it's awesome.
get some of those sort of glowing reviews. Now we'll go to the next question, and this tends to be sort of very, very common. Was there any sort of struggles that you went through, even as franchisors, when you first made that jump in that sort of first period? Can it is there a high sort of failure rate, or is there issues that you had?
Going from a franchisee to a franchisor?
Yeah, just either as a franchisee or when you were franchisors personally. So as a franchisee, is there sort of any of those huge struggles that people go through? What sort of should they watch out for?
I guess initially just having a good business plan and knowing what you need to make. And I guess the hardest part with us is it's a highly cash-based business.
Yep.
So it's being...
just managing your cash and
being
managing your
disciplined
cash flow.
in
Mm.
managing your time, managing your money, and that's the main thing, I think.
Yeah. Robin, do you have any franchisees that sort of had some hard times or anything that they were
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesse, when we first started, because
Yeah.
he was the first one down in
Yeah.
Tassie, because he struggled when when he first came on board. You know, he was down because he didn't think he was going to earn enough money.
Yeah.
And he got to the point where he was really struggling. But he called me, and I spoke to him about it, and he was fine. And then he moved on, and he's doing amazing now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Sometimes you have to go through the tough times to really appreciate the good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. And I think with the generic training here at gyms too, we don't sugarcoat that it's actually going to be hard when you start. So we do, and I tell all my guys that the first 3 to 6 months is going to be tough, but it's your attitude that counts. And being in constant contact with your franchisor and just holding yourself accountable. Like we've got, as Jim's Dog Wash, we actually have a lot of accountability tools and business tools that we actually have in place. We've got a 10-point plan, we've got a 13-week plan. So there's all these structures we have in place that if our franchisees actually do these little things every day, eventually it just builds their business. Yeah, and we do it quicker.
I don't think anyone started their own business, gyms or otherwise, that hasn't at one point gone, what have I done?
This is a huge
What have I
mistake.
done?
Yeah.
We
come out
get
the other
through
side and go, why didn't I do it
they all
earlier?
come out of it. Yeah.
All right. So David Rumpf has gone here. How is Poo Patrol going? So for anyone that
Very
doesn't
going.
know, Poo Patrol is an idea that we've had. Well, actually not we. Was it Sharon? Sharon's had that idea. Yeah. So Jim's Poo Patrol to go pick up dog poo. Does anyone know the update on that?
Nope.
No.
Nope. No. Can I say?
No.
It's going well.
It's going well.
Yeah.
Is it still in the idea phase? How far away are we from a Jim's Poo Patrol on our shirts?
Well, I think it's a secondary thing.
It's a
for
secondary
dog
thing.
wash,
It's
isn't
a
it? So
supplementary,
you're not going to be a
supplementary
person.
income, I think. But
Yeah.
there's money in it. Well, Jim's is always renowned for doing the jobs that people don't like to
Exactly,
do. So.
exactly. And Jim's will do anything. So give us a call, 131 546. All right.
Not anything.
All right. So Sharon Spow's gone. How do you guys handle over enthusiastic or uncontrollable dogs?
Oh. Well, everyone thought Apollo was uncontrollable.
This is
Look
true.
At him now.
Look at him. Look get a close up of Apollo.
He's the most relaxed dog I've ever seen, I think.
Yeah, he was told that he was a jumpy, bitey dog.
Look at him. He's gorgeous.
Good.
He's
Maybe
just-
Teresa has a few experiences with this.
I do, yeah. It's working with them. I mean, there are certain dogs that you walk, particularly larger dogs. It's just knowing when to walk away. I say to all my franchisees, your safety comes 100% first.
Yeah.
So if I was to walk up to a dog and it was trying to
Take
eat
your arm
me,
off.
then you know what, walk away, 100%.
Yeah.
But I had dogs that I started with when I first took over the business that I bought, and one in particular, his name was Zach, and he was very unfriendly. I had to muzzle him, and it just 6 weekly appointments, time and working together,
Patience.
and we got to an understanding, and I was able to groom him without muzzling him, and I used to sit him on the table and I'd tap his nose and show him the scissors, and he'd go,
That's a good
and I was
result.
able to do a little bit, and he'd let me know when he'd had enough, and I'd move on to another area, and
Had a mutual understanding.
we had a mutual understanding. So it's just I think the hardest part is people shop around with groomers.
Yep.
So they never get used to a particular
groomer.
person.
Yeah.
So by continually going back, they get used to you, and you get that mutual understanding.
Yeah. So thanks for that question, Sharon. David has said here, having been with gyms as an FSC, franchisee and a franchisor for almost a decade, the best advice is to follow the system. It works.
100%.
Everyone will agree here. Following the system is the key. And a comment from Belinda has said, being a franchisee and franchisor of Jim's Dog Wash has changed my life. Cannot be happier. So anyone watching, right, seems to be a pretty good decision. 131546. We might just wrap that about up there. So we've got some books to give away. We've got a hamper. Teresa, what was your favourite question for the night? on the spot.
I don't know, all of them.
All of them. You don't have that many books.
We've only got three books, you know.
The last one about the.
Which one?
I don't know.
That was Sharon with the uncontrollable dog. Yep.
That was a good
No,
question.
how about the cat one?
The cat one? Yep. I'll give one to the cat one. Yep.
Oh, we'll do, and we better give one to Sharon now.
We'll give one to Sharon. We
can't-
will. No takesy backsies.
So now we've got one.
Yep. One more.
Robin, there you go.
And we'll
Yeah,
go
what about the
through.
Christmas app? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can I be biased?
Yeah.
Can I give it to Jessie?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, this one here, Jim's book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jessie.
Yeah.
All right.
Jim's book for Jessie.
Yeah.
And the hamper. Do we have one?
Hamper.
Actually, we might also.
you should pick this one.
Actually, I want to give a book away as well. I want to give one to Nigel for his question earlier in the feed for something that can be successful. Was the vendor finance one.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'll give one to Nigel as
Great
well.
question.
So
That was a good
we'll
question.
come back. And then anyone favourite question? What was the? We had one person talk about Apollo, right?
Did we?
Yeah, that's Gina.
We had
Gina.
Yeah, we had Gina talk about Apollo. Did we want to go that, or did we want to go Luke inquiring about a franchise?
We'll go with Luke inquiring about
Go with Luke.
Let's go with Luke.
Go with Luke. All
How
right.
can I change his
We'll
life?
give that one to Luke, and maybe trying to bribe you, but we never know. So, if anyone's been inspired,
Let's keep it around.
131 jimsdogwash.net.au, and Jim's Pet Store, of course.
Proudly sponsored by
Proudly sponsored by
Jim's Pet Store.
Jim's Pet Store. All right. Excellent. All right. We'll catch you next time we do this. There'll definitely be Dog Wash Webinar 3. So thank you everyone for tuning in and for your engagement. Be sure to follow the Dog Wash pages. And again, that number 131 All right. Good night, guys.
Sure.
Thanks for the
Good
panel.
night.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you, Polly. All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.